The Last Supper. In the near future, Earth is close to an environmental disaster. The United Nations held an emergency meeting to talk about the lack of food and water. They decide every country must lower its population by 20% in 1 year. Borders are closed, and the government starts giving money to families of people who agree to die by euthanasia. People have to use umbrellas to protect themselves from strong UV rays when going outside. Water is brought by trucks from the Department of Citizen Strategy, DOCS. Agents from DOCS wear suits and go to homes to collect the bodies of volunteers. Many signs in the city ask people to join the plan and call it an opportunity. Two movers see these signs and throw coffee at them. Later, the same movers deliver a piano to a rich man named Charles, who used to be a news anchor. On TV, Charles's son Jared, an anthropologist working with the government, speaks in support of the plan. He even says children should be allowed to volunteer. He talks about his 10-year-old son. The movers say Jared is a hypocrite because he hasn't volunteered himself. Charles agrees and says he doesn't think much of his son. After this, Charles pours his alcohol down the sink. His second wife, Dawn, tries to cook but is very stressed, and Charles comforts her. On the TV, there is news about York Therapeutics being on trial. Charles's daughter Rachel is the CEO, so people blame her. Jared comes home and gets a call from his angry ex-wife. She is upset because Jared sounded like he wanted their son to volunteer, and now the boy is crying. Jared says the interview was edited unfairly, but his ex-wife hangs up. Inside the house, Jared gets angry at Dawn for using banned ingredients in her cooking. Upstairs, Charles opens the window, taking off the protective cover. Rachel arrives with her daughter Mia, and Charles is upset because he only wants adults at dinner. Rachel refuses to leave, so Mia stays. Outside, Charles's adopted son Noah is nervous about entering the house. He calls his girlfriend Grace to help calm him down. She helps with kind words. Just then, Charles's other daughter Ashley arrives and invites Noah into her car. He tells her about Grace, saying they met at an addicts meeting and she has been clean for a long time. He asks Ashley to keep it a secret. When everyone is in the house, Charles hugs Noah, which surprises the others. At dinner, Charles gives a speech saying sorry for not being there for them when they were growing up. After dessert, he shares the real reason he invited everyone. He and Dawn have decided to volunteer for euthanasia. Rachel is angry because she wasn't told before and would have left Mia at home. Jared asks why Charles is doing this since he doesn't need the money. Charles explains that after reporting on disasters for years, he feels guilty for having 4 children and adding to the problem. He also wants to protect his children from getting drafted. Ashley accuses Charles of doing this to look good and to protect York's name because he thinks his children haven't achieved anything. Noah becomes very upset and hits the table with his cane. When Dawn scolds him, he leaves. On TV, there are protests outside DOCS buildings. People want to know the truth because the organization acts like the military. Noah tells Charles that he believes the government already reached the 20% goal, but keeps taking people to get rid of poor and immigrant populations. Jared calls this a conspiracy, but Charles doesn't trust Jared's opinion because Jared supports a government that used to deny climate change. Charles also says the government blamed Asian countries, and that hate caused Dawn's restaurant to be burned down. When Charles calls Jared a disappointment, Jared brings up Noah's past as an addict. Ashley defends Noah, saying he's clean now and dating someone who's also clean. Charles is unsure but becomes supportive after Noah shows him a photo of Grace. Meanwhile, Mia finds cruel posts online about her mother. Charles goes to help Dawn in the kitchen but finds a note instead. She has run away because she no longer wants to die. Just then, DOCS agents arrive, as Charles planned the dinner to be his goodbye. Charles tells Agent Bob that Dawn is missing and asks to reschedule. But Bob says canceling will freeze their money and label Charles a traitor. He will also go to jail, so Charles agrees to die now. He lies down, and Bob gives him an injection to put him to sleep, then another to kill him painlessly. The body is taken to the bus. Bob says he still needs a second body. When Noah tries to stop him, Bob calls armed agents. They have 2 hours to pick someone else. Jared tries to call someone for help, but the house has no phone or internet signal. Mia is safe because she is a minor, and agents don't get paid for children. Bob says they sell bodies to private companies and used to kill prisoners first. When Bob tries to take Mia, Noah defends her but is knocked down. Mia is taken to the bus. Bob says Dawn is being searched for, but they likely won't find her. He says Charles only volunteered to protect his reputation. Jared threatens him with government contacts, but Bob doesn't care. He says they track people's internet and show personal files. 1. Jared left his wife for a younger woman who cheats on him. 2. His son wants him gone. 3. Mia is bullied because of her mom. 4. Rachel's board wants her gone, and she is wanted for robberies. Rachel punches Bob. He leaves the files on a table and says to come outside when they decide. If not, agents will choose. Ashley checks Charles's email and finds a disturbing message. Then she reads her profile and learns people think she's a bad actress. She gets upset. Jared slaps himself to stay calm. Later, the siblings talk. Jared says Noah should die because Charles adopted him and he still caused trouble, even killing a woman by accident. Ashley says Jared should go instead. They argue and push each other. Noah stops them by yelling and says he came to say sorry and that he now has hope because he's in love. They ask Bob questions. He says they can draw straws or give him anybody, not just one he injected. On the bus, Mia destroys Bob's cards. Inside, Rachel says they barely know each other and only meet on holidays. She suddenly tries to stab Noah. He defends himself and gets cut, and Rachel hurts her arm. Rachel says Noah will waste the money. Jared agrees. Ashley joins in, saying the money would help her career. She kicks the knife to Rachel and reveals Noah won't go to jail because Charles paid off the woman's family. Noah says he didn't know and tells them to take the money. Jared grabs a poker, and Ashley has pepper spray. They try to corner Noah, but he fights them off and runs. Jared follows, and Noah knocks him out with a trophy. Ashley sprays Noah, but he throws her at Rachel. As he runs, Rachel stabs him in the back. On the bus, Bob teases Mia about being a test tube baby. She cries in the bathroom. Bob hears on the radio that Dawn has been found, but he tells the other agent to take her body to headquarters. Mia wants to check on her mom, but Bob says no and adds that Rachel knew her medicine was killing people. Mia gets angry and tries to escape, but the guard stops her. Bob throws a tantrum and says he just enjoys watching people die. Back inside, Noah removes the knife and a loose tooth. He calms himself by thinking of Grace. He tries to text her goodbye, and the message is sent when he throws the phone out the window. He makes armor with dishes and clothes. Upstairs, Ashley apologizes and says Rachel manipulated her. They try to work together, but Rachel stabs Noah's hand. Jared attacks, but Noah knocks him down. Noah hits Rachel and asks Ashley for help, but she runs away. Noah removes the weapon from his hand and hides. Jared comes again, but Noah throws a bat at him. Rachel fails to break his armor, so Noah stabs her neck. Jared says he's doing this for Earth, not hate, but Noah hits him again. Ashley knocks Noah out. They tie him up with cables and plan to kill him. Then they hear someone honking outside. It's Grace, recording everything. DOCS agents point guns at her. Mia starts the bus as a distraction and runs out, but is caught again. Grace is shot when she tries to escape. Rachel says this counts as the second body, but Bob says he needs 2 family members. He gives them 15 minutes to decide. When they go to kill Noah, he's gone, and the power is out. Ashley opens a door and Noah stabs her. He knocks Jared down and stabs Rachel's cheek. He grabs Ashley by the neck and then switches to Rachel. Rachel begs him to spare Ashley and says she will go instead. Jared and Ashley both offer to go too. Noah throws a bottle and says they should kill Bob instead. They prepare to fight back. On the bus, Mia asks Bob to say goodbye to her family, but he says no. Time runs out, and he comes in with another agent. Ashley stabs the agent in the leg. The siblings grab weapons hidden in a plant and capture Bob. More guards enter but can't shoot. Ashley passes out. Bob attacks Noah, but Jared knocks Bob out. When Bob wakes up, his men are tied up, and a body is under a blanket. Bob says if anything happens to him, the government will take Jared's son and Mia. He offers to take Ashley's body and forget everything, but the body is the agent they stabbed earlier. Bob reveals that Dawn is at headquarters. Noah chokes him, but Jared stops it. They prepare the needles. Bob begs for a deal. Later, Noah plays the piano in a concert. Dawn and the siblings watch with their kids. On TV, Bob is in an ad saying Grace and Ashley died as volunteers. Story's over. You can leave now. Or, if you want to see more of these stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.